Woo! It is Friday night and we're having a blast on PlayStation 1 as we play a classic gem known as Shooter Space Shot. And I am fired up, man. I had a Red Bull and I am ready to go. This is how you start the weekend. It's probably one of the weirdest games I've ever played. I got it for my birthday and I love it. And the story's pretty simple. You play as Seth Rogen, and you have a bunch of apples. And then Ric Flair from the World Wrestling Federation comes and steals those apples. So then Seth Rogen joins a space program and chases Ric Flair across the galaxy in an attempt to reclaim his apples. But there's a wrinkle because Seth Rogen has to catch Ric Flair before Ric Flair puts the figure 4 on a bear. Yes, I said it, a bear, but not just any bear. This bear is best friends with Seth Rogen. In fact, this bear is the reason that Seth Rogen loves apples. It's storytelling at its very finest on Space Shooter Shot. What's the game? Shooter Space Shot on PlayStation 1. Man, unrelated, but I love Red Bull. Had one today. People were like, don't have a Red Bull, but I had a Red Bull. Red Bull's pretty good. It doesn't really affect me very much because caffeine generally doesn't get me wired, but this kind of did a little bit. And also, I put some sugar in it because I was afraid it wouldn't have any flavor. I was afraid it'd be kind of bitter, so I put some sugar in the Red Bull, and the Red Bull made me feel fantastic, and I'm so happy to be here, so thank you for being here. I am the Silvered Grunion. And I need another Red Bull. That's the only way you can really survive a game like this. You gotta be faster, man. You gotta be stronger. You gotta keep up with the speed, man. And Red Bull gives you wings. Shooter Space Shot does have a very unique mechanic that you can point the guns in virtually any direction, which does help out quite a bit when the enemies surround you on the screen. And trust me, that's gonna happen a lot. I actually found the later stages kind of annoying, a little bit frustrating, because there was just so much going on the screen. Nothing was impossible, but it certainly was difficult, and the difficulty spikes dramatically after the second level. You know, the game itself is only about, I'd say maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. And if you skip all the cutscenes, you can probably get through the entire thing in under 15 minutes. So it's certainly a budget title, but a very enjoyable one, and one that I'll come back to again and again because it doesn't require my entire day to get through the game. And that's something I appreciate. You know, really, so many games nowadays take forever. I mean, the prologue will take 30, 40 minutes to get into the game. Just let me play. And if you really want to feel like you've accomplished something, Shooter Space Shot is not a bad game at all, and it's actually not very expensive. If you can pick it up on the cheap, I recommend it for a good afternoon of fun, especially if you enjoy space shooters with fantastic cinematic sequences that really enhance the gameplay and give it a unique presentation, especially for a game from the early 2000s. It's kind of like if somebody made a Star Wars movie without ever seeing any of the previous iterations in the franchise. It's kind of all over the place, but it has heart, and it's certainly entertaining. It'll keep you busy for at least a little while you play through the amazing story and the chaotic gameplay. Guaranteed to keep you on your toes. With cool stage design and epic boss battles, this is a game I absolutely do recommend. I'm the Silver Grunion. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Let's get a Red Bull!
Yeah.